Welcome to Coffee and Sell Sites. Today the coffee is medium roast from the Black Cow, which has awesome coffee in Pleasantville, New York. Right now we're in North White Plains. Had to check out a building along Route 22 that is one of the poorest designs the way it has expanded. In fact, you can see it now. This is why it's very important to make sure you have your leases written properly. If you let the carriers do whatever they want, they'll take full advantage of it. But this is the northwest side of the building, as you can see there. The antenna is significantly off the top of the roof, and it's also a poor job by the municipality. And they could have asked for some stealth screening. The carriers would have complied. They don't really have any other choices here. I actually put 2 sites on this building, but they were just slightly above the roof. Now they've obviously expanded. Going around the southwest side of the building, Black Cow has awesome coffee. Ever in Pleasantville, stop there. It's well worth it. They also sell some whole bean and also ground coffee for you if you want to purchase it for home use. But let's take a look at the back side of this building. You'll see how busy it is. This is, even regulations, simple things like limiting the number of antennas, limiting them to what's on the exhibit with your approval can keep this kind of expansion under control. No one can tell what the future brings for technology, so even some of these antennas were significantly smaller, and now they've gotten even longer or wider. So around the back, see this one blends in a little bit with the bulkhead, but as soon as you get up past this tree, and you see, it really stands out, and it doesn't get any better from any other angle in the building. So the town should have, when they approved these sites, they should have required some sort of screening, some sort of stealth style screening. And the carriers also kind of create problems for themselves when they build sites like this, because I guarantee you they'll get in front of another zoning board, and the board will point at this site as being just plain ugly. Coming around the back of another building, getting another look here. With the traffic lights, probably the best location. But this site is, I remember the owners were very nice to deal with. They were awesome. They were representatives, but a lot of times the carriers will even come back to you for amendments, and they'll sneak language in that 2 or 3 words can change what they're allowed to do or what they're not allowed to do, and it sounds the same, but you really need to have an expert review the lease, and that somebody that has done hundreds or thousands of these. You really need to take a look at it and figure it out, and make sure that there's nothing being put in the lease that's a danger to you long term or the appearance of your building. Just think if they had raised the building 6 feet with a panel all around the outside of the building, a stealth paneling, you wouldn't even see those antennas, and they'd still get the same performance. So, like I said, the carriers sometimes bring problems upon themselves when they do things like this, which just may appear to be the easiest method. Sometimes they'll even just do things not really looking at the lease and just assuming they have certain rights. They'll say air rights or whatever so they can keep going up. But that needs to be curbed. So in summary, the site here as it stands in North White Plains that we looked at today, just very poorly designed, really kind of a self-inflicted error by the carriers as they keep on adding to the site or raising it or moving sites further out to the parapet edge. They're not doing themselves a favor when they go forward with other zoning sites off of rooftops in the immediate area. because I'm sure one of the board members will point this building out and question if the new site will look anything like this, and make sure it's limited where it won't. But with that said, the municipality should also have been originally looking to stealth this site, because it's not all that tall and it does have a lot of carriers on the roof. They could have shared in the cost of stealth paneling around the perimeter of the building. And on top of that, the landlord, should have language in the lease that would protect them and limit carriers from just sprawling like this or raising antennas in the roof. And I'm not saying the carriers haven't gotten approval to do this work, but a lot of times landlords don't understand these designs when they're put in front of them. That's why you should reach out for a company like Tower Genius to review and give you some ideas on how you can adjust the language in your lease to limit this sort of thing, and while still maximizing your revenues. There's ways around it, things that the carriers will accept, but they're not going to suggest them to you unless you push back on their initial proposals. So just take that into consideration. Once again, today's coffee was the medium roast from the Black Cow Coffee Roasters at 7 Wheeler Avenue in Pleasantville, New York, 10570. They did not sponsor this video. In fact, they have no idea that we're giving them this plug, but we do like to give plugs to local businesses that are doing a fantastic job and make a great product. Once again, the Black Cow in Pleasantville.